Welcome one and all to another edition of Coventry United TV here on YouTube. Liam Cook taking you through the entirety of this Isuzu FA Vase second round clash. The match has just got underway here at the Butts Park Arena on a very special day for Coventry United captain Chris Cox, making his 224th club appearance, breaking the all-time record. Let's hope for a good game for the skipper this afternoon. Let's get into your starting lineups, kicking off with Coventry United. Dan Moore starts in goal, a back four of Harry Sawyer, Danny Fraser, Chris Cox and Steph Morley. In midfield we have Luke Downs, Charlie Shaw and Riley DeVoyle, and in attack will be Ryan Harkin, Lewis Wilson and Cameron Dunn. And for Heanor, number 1 Dylan Wharton, 2 Roger Lee, 3 Josh Newnham, 4 Josh Bowley, 5 Charlie Reese, 6 DeAndre Pascoe, 7 Cian Holloway, 8 Alex Britton, 9 Jamie Slay, 10 Harvey Scott and number 11 John King. And we are underway with Coventry United kicking from left to right in the red home strip. And Heanor in their white and black stripes. It's an early whip into the area. Charlie Shaw looks for Lewis Wilson. It flashes across the face of goal. An early warning sign from Coventry United. Your referee this afternoon is Matthew Robinson, with assistants Luke Moore and Abdulatif Amusa. We'll also let you know what's going on in Stoke at the Bet365 Stadium. Coventry City taking on second place Stoke City, managed by former City boss Mark Robbins. Full-time score at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Late drama there. United led 1-0 until the 84th minute. Matthias Tell scoring in the 84th. Richarlison seemed to have won it in the 91st minute. And then a 96th minute header from Matthias de Ligt brought it back to 2-2. So a low cross from the right-hand side, turned away by Chris Cox after a Heanor Town corner. Corner whipped in from the right-hand side. Downs nods it back to Steph Morley. Towards the back line, headed across. Here's Pascoe. He's going to be beaten to it by Cameron Dunn. Going to make inroads from the right-hand side. Dunn. Down line with Luke Downs. It's not the best of balls for Riley DeVoyle and cut out by the midfielder. Here's Newnham. Boots to the field by Newnham. Tries to feed by Harry Sawyer of Coventry United at right back. Keeping Jamie Slay at bay. Morley. Now Shaw. Danny Fraser in his first United appearance. Ball into Harkin. Connects with the shoulder. And it's mopped up. On towards Slay on the halfway line. Steph Morley with 2 stabs at it. Fraser knocks it off the winger. And here is Cian Holloway. Lee sends one high along the right flank. And back with Dan Moore from Morley, who usually is a left back, but with the shortness at centre back especially, United are having to use Morley in the centre. Lunging by Harry Sawyer, caught the legs of John King on the way through, and it will be a free kick. 10 yards into enemy lines for Heanor Town. And the free kick from Alex Britton on the left-hand side. Dan Moore marshalling his troops. It's whipped in, headed up by Morley from Britain's free kick. Coventry here battling to try and get on the end of it, and it is Chris Cox for Coventry United. Rolls it right for Ryan Harkin. Shaw wants it played through. Has he beaten the offside trap? No, he hasn't. The flag is up. Britton Was able to intercept anyway, but Heanor had been given the free kick. And here the drum is next to us as well, here at the Butts Park Arena. More cup action coming your way on Tuesday night at Spinks Drive as Coventry United host West Bromwich Albion. And it's down the left-hand side by Wharton. Okay, back where it came from by Sawyer over the head of John King. Dunn cushions it down for Harry Sawyer. On to Dunn. Lewis Wilson. Harking the target. And Pascoe able to intercept. And forced to curl it into the crowd. Under pressure from Ryan Harkin. United have to throw. Sawyer. Dunn was back into the defender, but it's headed away by Reese. And surely a high boot there against Holloway. Referee says nothing doing as he took the head off Danny Fraser. And a free kick given instead to Heanor as Luke Downs got a bit too physical with Harvey Scott leading in from the side. And it's taken short to Pascoe. Wharton. On this near side is Newnham. Josh Newnham looks for King. Little hand in the back from Harry Sawyer. Takes King off his stride and out for the throw-in. Quick throw from Sawyer. Wilson trying to duck out of the way of Josh Bowley. Bowley shepherds it into touch despite the slide challenge from Wilson. Goal kick it will be. 7 minutes gone at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United 0. Heanor Town 0 in the second round of the Isuzu FA Vase. Second time these two teams have gone up against each other in cup competition. United 3-1 victors at Ilkeston's Town Ground in the League Cup. A journey which ended last week with a controversial 1-0 defeat to Nuneaton. Wharton. And headed back to the goalkeeper by Cox, with a helping hand from Morley, just keeping Slay out of the way. Morley. Flicked up into the air by Shaw and cushioned down by Downs. Rolls it right. Dunn has to backtrack and Cameron Dunn has got there. Here's Luke Downs. Sawyer. Lovely give and go football here from Coventry United. DeVoyle receives from Luke Downs. Morley. Cox is pushing up too. Ryan Harkin, not the best of first touches into the grasp of Wharton. And it goes with Newnham. Looks for Slay. It's an aimless ball from the back from Josh Newnham. Morley. Here's Dan Moore. Chris Cox. And Dunn has left the left back trailing. There's a hand on the shoulder on Newnham and the referee's called it back. Early pressure from United, but they're not able to break the line. Wharton. Looked on the right hand side for Kean Holloway. Wilson. Now Cameron Dunn. Look left and no one making the run. It's kept in on the far side by Roger Lee. Wharton. As the centre circle it goes. Nice control from Cox. Sawyer. DeVore looking to scoop it up for Luke Downs, but it's brought under control by the Lions. And now the chase is on down the right-hand side. Holloway was expecting it from Harvey Scott, but it cannons off the United defender. And in front of the home dugout it will be Roger Lee with ball in hand. Plays a 1-2. Holloway couldn't reach it, and it's thumped away by Fraser on his Coventry United debut. As far as Dylan Wharton, the Lions keeper, headed back where he came from by Morley. Harkin looks for Lewis Wilson, cannons off Pascoe. Volleyed into relative safety by Wharton. Sawyer's header. Cameron Dunn. That's a beautiful thread down the right-hand side. Harry Sawyer, he loves playing on this ground. He's already scored 2 home goals already. Charlie Shaw, and it's a scintillating strike. Beautiful curling effort from Charlie Shaw. United lead on 11 minutes. Beautifully swept into the top corner from Shaw. He scored his first red and greens goal against Heanor at the Town Ground in the League Cup. He'll be hoping to play Heanor every week with a goal-scoring record like that. United with their first real opportunity take charge at the Butts Park Arena. And Charlie Shaw is the man at the heart of the action. Great start for the Red and Greens. Long may it continue. They did have a difficult start against Heanor in the League Cup, but that was very much a second-string team that was put out at the Town Ground. This is Coventry United on steroids. Sawyer mops up at the back as Heanor try and get themselves a foothold in this game. Dunn's got acres of space to utilise along the wing. Wilson's with him. And behind to Ryan Harkin. Harkin's got a chance here. Lewis Wilson just avoids the outstretched leg of the Heanor Town number 4, Josh Bowley. And it's gone out for a corner. I think Wilson was waiting for the contact. Is Riley DeVoyle on set-piece duty. Looking for a quick fire second. Cox is up there, punched away from the captain's head by Wharton. Out with Shaw. DeVoyle, take 2. In by DeVoyle, Harkin. And the second time asking, someone by Wharton. Harkin again! 2 minutes after going in front, Coventry United strike a second. Ryan Harkin. Unlucky for some, but not for him. His 13th goal of the season. Never to be denied. 3 bites of the cherry, but the third time was the charm for Coventry United's man in waiting. Wharton with a smart stop to deny the initial effort, but could do nothing about the second. Coventry United in firm control, and we've not even had 15 minutes. This really has been a fantastic start for Coventry United. Heanor don't know what's hit them. It's a free kick taken on the halfway line by Pascoe. Likely by Morley. Wilson onto Charlie Shaw. Plays a 1-2 and then another 1-2 Riley DeVoyle. Sawyer out wide with Cameron Dunn. Sawyer to DeVoyle in holding midfield. Dunn holds off the challenge of Newnham. And now Luke Downs can get pacing. Crossfield ball didn't have the legs on it. Collected by Holloway under the nose of Danny Fraser. Holloway looking to get Heanor on the board. Crossing towards Slay and a diving header by Chris Cox. Dams looking to mop up the rest and sandwich between two black and white shirts. Free kick United on the fringes of their own area. Sawyer. Here's Steph Morley. Looking for Charlie Shaw. Back where he came from by the left back in Newnham. Pascoe sends it high into the sky. And it's Cox who gets on the end of it for the red and green. Turns away from the captain, Jamie Slay. And Coventry calming things down. They've got a 2-goal lead. They don't need to do anything silly here. Fraser. And that's a delightful ball down the left for Riley Devoyle. Beats Lee to the punch. Harkin lets it run for Wilson. Poked away by Pardo. And Heanor will end the move, or will they? It's distributed only as far as Luke Downs. Here's Sawyer. Devoyle. Shaw, United urge to keep the ball moving, and they follow those instructions. Fraser looking to duck past Holloway. Wilson. Return ball towards Danny Fraser. It seemed to be dragged off the ball by Holloway. Referee says nothing doing, and Holloway looking left and finds King. Behind to Newnham. Charging in Cameron Dunn. Did he get a touch? May have took a slight deflection of it. It takes it to Chris Cox. It's a poor header at the back from Bowley. Ryan Harkin looking to take advantage. Takes it too close to Lee, who finds Holloway down the right. Here he is, Kieran Holloway. Couldn't evade capture from Charlie Shaw. Shaw over the back line. Harkin looked like it stayed on side to me, but the flag is up. Josh Bowley seemingly keeping the United number 9 the right side of the offside trap. The Heanor management trying to rally the troops. One of their coaches, in fact, Carl Steed, has had to take a spot on the bench due to a late injury. Charlie Rees brought in a very short notice into the starting lineup, only 20 minutes before kickoff. Newnham. Hassled, harried by Dunn. Referee unmoved. And that certainly will be a free kick there. Harry Sawyer stabbing in from behind. I don't think United can have any sort of complaints there. Still 0-0 after 20 minutes in the game between Stoke and Coventry City. Battle of first and second at the Bet365. And no goals in the Premier League either. Only 2 3 o'clocks. Everton, Fulham and West Ham, Burnley. Harvey Scott to try and get Heanor onto the board. It's curled in towards that far post and kept in by Holloway. And somehow Heanor didn't turn it home. Don't ask me how. Gilt-edged opportunity. And the Heanor man, I think it's Jamie Slay. Slay appealing for something. Obviously feels that he didn't get a fair crack at it. And the throw from Lee, Holloway. Driven on by Devoyle. Only as far as Bowley. Now Newnham. Scott. Pass strikes Harry Sawyer. Wilson can't find a red shirt. And it's poor play on this near side by Charlie Rees. United have a throw on the halfway line. 20 minutes gone here at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United 2, Heanor Town 0. Goals from Charlie Shaw and Ryan Harking, giving Coventry United a comfortable lead. Morley. It's a powerful hit, and Lee cuts across, nods it out, preventing Shaw from making inroads. It's an unfancied position for Charlie Shaw, drafted on the left side of the attack, with Wilson pushing up from behind Ryan Harkin, and Dunn on the right. Benji Adamarco's departure confirmed last night, with new signings Amari Brown and Jordan Edwards on the bench. Fraser looking for Harkin, it bounced too central for Wilson to miss. Looks for Slay. Chris Cox got on the end of it, but collected by John King, who's swapped wings now with Scott. Bowley. Holloway tracks back and finds Roger Lee. Wilson in with a challenge and a lovely pirouette. Couldn't take the ball with him though against King, but he has got the throw in front of the Heanor management. Glenn Clarence, the chairman slash manager of Heanor, penny for the thoughts of the man with dual responsibility after a dismal first 20 minutes for the visitors, who are without a win. So they've only had one win in 10 games since playing Coventry United last. Done. Sawyer takes over. That surely hit the arm. Indeed it did. The outstretched arm of Harvey Scott. And it will be a free kick to United, 5 yards into enemy territory. Sawyer looks to curl it around Newnham for Ryan Harkin. Newnham able to prize it out. It will be a throw-in just down line from the area. Steady progress from the red and greens. Sawyer. Now Downs back to Sawyer, trying to crowd Coventry out here, Heanor. Downs forced back into his own area of the park with Chris Cox. Beautiful switch of the play to Charlie Shaw. Lee with hold of the arm. Coventry keep it rolling. Morley. Harking the target, shields from the defender Bowley. Now Roger Lee concedes the throw. He got himself between player and ball, but got the last touch. Halfway through the first half, Coventry looking to make it free on the volley for Cameron Dunn. It's done. Just bobbles it to the left. Oh, you don't want to get too greedy here. Well, the sun already starting to set at the Butts Park Arena. We are now past the switching of the clocks. There will be ending games in darkness until March. Slay. Will he finally get his chance? It's Slay. Tries to cut it across for Harvey Scott. Too many United men in the way. It's Luke Downs who turns it back to Moore, who's had a quiet day so far. Taking his time in picking up the ball, inviting Slay. Come on in, try and take the ball. Cox. Through the heart of the field. Wilson. Downs and Charlie Shaw begging for it on the left-hand side. And here is Shaw. He's got Lee to deal with now as well. Through ball for Riley DeVoyle, the vice-captain. Shaw, does he fancy a second? He does, and loops over. Another match ball is going to be needed. Someone's going to have to call auto glass in the car park. So it's a goal kick for Wharton. And King giving chase, and it's fallen beautifully. Cox is about to try and snuff out that flame, and he's crowded out Harry Sawyer, prizing it away. But that's probably the best that Heanor have managed so far in the opening 25 minutes. And here come Coventry United. Wilson's free on the left. Ryan Harkin needs support. Covered up by Bowley. Cameron Dunn. It's whipped in towards Wilson, knocks it back. Harkin leaves it for Shaw. Urge to shoot. Too many white shirts in the way. Charlie Shaw looking around Bowley, who gets a boot to the ball, and out it goes for the corner. Wilson gets in position after acting as ball boy for Riley Devoyle. And Wharton punches it clear of Luke Downs' head. The seconds fall to Devoyle again. It's curled by Devoyle. Didn't quite have enough curl on it. If you're just joining us here on CUTV, 26 minutes gone. Coventry United 2, Heanor Town 0 in the Isuzu FA Vase. There is action in the United Counties League this afternoon. Bugbrook started their game at 2. They're drawing 2-2 at home to Moulton. Manchester and Lutterworth deadlocked at 0-0. Hinckley lead Yaxley by 1-0, and Leicester Nirvana 1-0 down at Northampton Sileby Rangers. Slay out wide. And was looking for King. Cannons off Sawyer, that cross. Cox forced into his own area and gives it away. King. Limited options for the number 11. Has to go down line to Newnham, the left back. Low whip in by Newnham, and Cox got down to ground there. Razor headed off the deck. Luckily he wasn't needed. Wilson. Downs can only give it back to Alex Britton, but Britton passing to the invisible man in the penalty area. Downs. Fraser to Shaw, holding off attentions of Lee. Danny Fraser sticks a boot through that one towards Ryan Harkin, and the flag raised against Harkin. No complaints this time. Wilson charges in on Bowley. Lee gets the scraps. Holloway turn Fraser, but the ball gets away from him, and Steph Morley brings it under control. Downs. Here's the skipper. Sawyer going long. Devoyle the target, headed up by Newnham. King. Twisting and turning away from Luke Downs. Newnham receives from Scott. Harvey Scott to Reese, the late draftee. Bowley, quick passing on that far side from Heanor Town, keeping the move alive. Can they halve the deficit? It's a long one towards Slay. Holloway, crossing opportunity, and it's the first meaningful action for Dan Moore, gathering at the near post. United fan out. Harkin makes sure he's onside this time. The calls of Pascoe fall on deaf ears. Dunn's making himself available. Ryan Harkin, plenty of options, goes for it himself. Bounces into the grasp of Wharton. United with a strong start. Pretty much every chance they've had on target has gone in. We're closing in on the half-hour mark. We'll be going off air at half-time for a quick drinks break, so get yourself a mug of something hot or a glass of something cold. Get back here for 4 o'clock for the exciting conclusion of today's game. And at the moment, penalties don't look likely, but if it ends in a draw, we will be going straight to a shootout. Wharton pushing his players higher as he gets the ball to his feet. Newnham is racing towards it. Simple header by Sawyer. Here is Sawyer again, gets it back from Cameron Dunn. Harkin. Onto Dunn. And appeals of handball there against Newnham would have been harsh. His hand was by his side, but it's deflected back to Wharton. Morley. United had 2 men offside. They can do nothing about it. Here's John King. At United, it's them wearing the crown at the moment. And deflected into the area and cushioned back. The chance for King! And stopped with the feet of Dan Moore. Quick reflexes from the United number 1. Along the left to Harkin. Curtailed by Bowley. Shaw against Lee. Reese gets the ball trapped between his feet. And Lewis Wilson onto Cameron Dunn. He's going to do it himself here. A little shove in the back of Cameron Dunn by Reese. And the referee blows for the free kick. Just on the edge of the centre circle in the Heanor half. Steph Morley standing over it. Cox going up for the potential header. Unrivaled leaping ability of the skipper. Even though he described himself as a bit of a dinosaur in his pre-match comments. It's easily headed away by Scott. Downs. And Cox decides not to leap and draws in the header out by the number 5, Charlie Reese. Coventry have a throw level with the area and Cox stays up. Long throw from Shaw. And seems to be a head injury here as it's nodded towards the net by Sawyer. And the referee is going to have to stop it. Goalkeeper and defender connecting. And the physio is immediately waved over. Still 0-0 between Coventry City and Stoke City. And we have our first goal in the Premier League, and it's not doing much for my acca. Burnley 1-0 up at West Bromwich Albion through Zion Fleming. Elsewhere in the Championship, Middlesbrough 1, Birmingham 1, Norwich 0, Leicester 0, Sheffield United 0, QPR 0, Southampton 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Swansea 0, Ipswich 0, West Brom 0, Oxford 0, and Wrexham 0, Charlton 0. It will be a drop ball to the feet of Wharton, the Heanor goalkeeper, as Josh Newnham gathers his bearings and is allowed back onto the field. And the referee calls for a rather soft free kick there. In the centre circle, I'm not entirely sure what it's been given for, but Heanor has started the game with Reese still tying his boots. Appeals of offside by Morley, and it's given against John King. And United have a free kick of their own at the back. 11 minutes to go until the break. Still 2-0 to Coventry United. Goals in the 11th and 13th minutes from Shaw and Harkin. It has been a comfortable afternoon so far for the Red and Greens. Moore has United look for even more leeway. It's gathered in the centre circle by King. Looks for the run of Holloway. Has he got the march on Fraser here? Kean Holloway, little square for Slay. But it's into the grateful grasp of Moore at the near post. It's not been the prettiest of games after the second goal, but Coventry have the lead that they craved. Cameron Dunn thinking about it. He did get the chance to think twice, but driven towards the net by Rodley. Devoyle had the power, but right down the line of sight of Wharton. Flicked over the defender by Holloway. Here's King. Slay getting in position. John King dances away from Devoyle. Scott making the run, but it's out wide with Holloway. John King pirouettes away from Shaw. Now Lee. Back to King. And avoids the challenge of Cox. Looped over the head of Slay, and Sawyer nods it to Luke Downs, waiting on the edge of the area. Here's Dunn. And looked to steer it down the right for Lewis Wilson, who was busy covering Reese. Pascoe leaves Wilson behind. Here's Slay. Heavy touch. Takes it to Luke Downs. Heanor really haven't landed a blow on Coventry United thus far. Morley. Devoyle flicks it back for Charlie Shaw. Here's Downs. Out with Fraser on the left. His first United appearance since signing on a two-way from Rugby Borough. It's a strike from King. And flies over. Here's Sawyer. And Charlie Shaw has gone down holding his ankle, trying to get back to his feet. Wilson. Cameron Dunn. And Harkin, has he beaten the trap while he was through on goal? And usually if you've got that much room, there is a reason. And the flag is indeed raised against United's currently their standout top scorer now with 13 goals. Just nudging in front of Cameron Dunn. And it's switched to the right-hand side for Holloway. Drops the feet of Shaw. And Fraser plays it out off Reese for a Coventry United throw. Fraser halfway into his own half, looking to make an impact on his United debut. Headed back where it came from. Charlie Shaw. United still have it in their grasp. Pardo nods that long ball out for a throw-in. In front of the away dugout, who won't be best pleased about the opening 39 minutes. Coventry United still 2 up through Shaw and Harkin. This game really has flown by. Shaw, it's a high one. Devoyle knocks it onto Charlie Shaw. Looked to drive it wide for Cameron Dunn, but the interception made on this near side by Josh Newnham. Wilson. Luke Downs and Fraser's got it at left back. Harkin knocks onto Shaw. Harkin takes over on the left wing. Sawyer's remained up for the attack. Here is Harry Sawyer. Wilson making the run. It's played through for Ryan Harkin. Sandwiched between the defenders. Still going Ryan Harkin. The second's fault is Devoyle for the third. No late drama needed today. United are flying. Riley DeVoyle with a pitch-perfect strike, taking advantage of Ryan Harkin's hard work. For the second time this afternoon, Harkin simply wouldn't take no for an answer. He didn't get the goal to his credit, but he ensured Coventry United did. Riley DeVoyle with United's third, 5 minutes before half-time. Well, that just sums up Heanor's day, really. An aimless ball from the back by Bowley. It's Chris Cox with the ball at his feet. Looks for Shaw. Glances off Charlie Shaw's head. Here's Shaw. Oh, it looked like DeVoyle was going to be in for another. Harkin from the left, trying to squeeze it in. It just bounces off the underside of the net. Coventry City still drawing 0-0 at Stoke. We're hearing that their shoe free kick given. Sawyer wants a yellow card. Butler's gone away with it in that sense.